This is Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick. Thanks to NRMA Insurance and Uniden.
Great to have your company. Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick, as the intro says. Thanks to the great people at Uniden Smart Dash Cams. If you've got a car, you need a dash cam. What are we talking about? It's really that simple. Front and rear, Uniden have got you covered. Look them up. They've got a dash cam for every price point as well. We also do it thanks to the great people at NRMA Insurance, helping Australians protect what matters most for over 100 years. Stephen, great to be with you, mate. You good?
I'm great, thank you. Yeah, good to be back with another episode of just information-packed episode to help people.
You're still just spending your life just scrolling through the internet looking for your next car because, you know, you've got to have that, sorted in the next 6 months or so.
I'm holding open auditions here for my next car,
auditions,
so
yeah.
I'm ready to go.
We are doing weekly auditions for your next car,
That's
but
correct,
most of them don't fall within your plans, I would argue.
Never know. Something might catch my eye.
We've got some great cars to talk about over the months ahead, to be honest. We'll talk later today at the end of the show about the Geely.
Yep.
It's called the Geely EX5,
one of the many Geely models that we've driven.
We've got our bums in the seats of the IM, the MG premium brand.
Which I've got to say, I'm really
That's
impressed.
impressive.
Very nice.
So there's plenty of cars we've got to get through and get to over the weeks ahead. So stay tuned here on Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars. But one of the things we love to do most is talk to you. So if you've got a question about electric cars, send us a text message, send us a WhatsApp message, and all you got to do is send that to 0477 657 657. We'll get you on the show. So let's not wait around. Let's get on with it. And Stephen, on the line is Chris. G'day, Chris. How you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you? Good to be here.
Mate, really, really good. Where are you at in your EV journey? What's in the driveway?
So we do not have an EV, but we are in the active consideration for an EV. We've been interested in thinking about it for a while, and we've actually just put a deposit down on the new Zeekr 7X.
Oh,
wow.
So
that's more than active consideration, mate. That's action. That's active
true.
Action.
I guess it's subject to a test drive. So the 7X isn't necessarily available in the country yet. I think it starts to, over the next couple of months. So you put a deposit down and then subject to a test drive, and then that will obviously be the determining factor.
So the refundable deposit, I'm assuming, should you not enjoy the test drive as you might like. Correct. What are you looking for in the car? What are you looking for in an EV before we find out what guided you to the 7X?
Yeah, good question. This is to replace the family car. So we have a Mazda CX-5, so a medium SUV. So that was the size that we were looking to replace. Looking, I guess, in the ballpark of around 50 to 80K in terms of price. So we wanted it to be the right size, the right price, and then I guess there were a few different options that we were considering. And what, for me, I was sort of mostly interested in was like premium inside the cabin. I wanted to, I wanted to ensure that experience when you sort of drive in the car is an enjoyable one. And then there was, I can go into more specifics. The Zeekr, in terms of the other cars that we were considering in the market, that we had the XPeng G6. We had the BYD C-Line 7. We had the Kia EV5. They were probably the ones that we were considering mostly.
They were on the short list, were they?
They were on the long. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd had my eye on the Zeekr 7X probably for the last 6 months, understanding that it was something that was coming to the market, understanding what it was going to bring, and so for me, I was very keen to kind of see one in person, and so Zeekr, I think they brought them out to their dealerships probably about a month or 6 weeks ago, where you could have a little bit of a look around. And the car impressed me when I kind of had a look around and had a sit in it. And then they had, the pre-order deals where you got a home charger included.
We were pretty impressed by the Zeekr X.
I was, Well, I just want to ask, though, the Zeekr, very brand new brand here in Australia. So what is it that attracted you to the brand? Was it advertising? Did you see one? What was it?
Good question.
There's a lot of brands out there that in front of people. What got your attention? Why did that get your attention?
Good question. So Zeekr, for people who don't know, they come under the Geely umbrella brand. So Geely is a big Chinese manufacturer that I know that you guys are going to talk about the Geely EX5 later in the episode, and that's in market at the moment, and that's actually doing really well. I think it's in the top 5 in terms of EV sales over the last couple of months. So Geely own Zeekr, they own Polestar, they own Volvo, they have a stake in Lotus, in Smart with Mercedes. So for me, what the Zeekr is marketed in China as a premium EV brand. And one of the selling points is it's manufactured in China, but it's designed in Europe. So they actually have a design center in Sweden, I believe. So there's a little bit of kind of European sensibilities when it comes to the look and feel of the car. So that was sort of something that was that was attractive. And when I considered the Zeekr 7X compared to the Xpeng or the C-Line 7 or the Kia EV5, it sort of ticked, all of those cars are sort of decent cars, but there would be some slight compromises in different areas. And for me, the 7X ticked all the boxes that I was interested in. So it had, like I said, it had that kind of premium interior feel. Yeah. It had the massive panoramic sunroof, but you can close it so it's not constantly open to the elements, which was something that
Model Y failing, you'd have to admit. Yep,
exactly. Yeah. Yes, you'll notice that Tesla Model Y wasn't on the list.
I was going to say
Tesla was conspicuous by its absence, mate. What can you tell us? What?
Well, I would say, I've been interested in EVs probably for the last 10 years or so, and Tesla was a large reason for that. Not necessarily a car guy. I didn't grow up to necessarily liking cars, but I work in technology, and for me, the technology side of EVs, how it's almost sort of changing the future of sort of transportation, and Tesla was obviously a leading proponent in that. And so 18 months ago, this would have been the easiest decision in the world. I would have just gone for a Tesla Model Y. But look, for me, I just sort of couldn't in good conscience contribute financially to Elon Musk. And I know some other people will disagree, but for me, it wasn't something that I felt comfortable doing.
We've discussed how amazingly jarring that can be for people, and that's absolutely well within your means. And if he's going to, we've talked about, there's no other car company. I think we said this once. There's no other car company where there's a person who could say something that would be like. I've got no doubt that CEOs of businesses we all interact with support organisations or people we don't support, but because he's so vocal about it,
visible.
I've already framed it as I've sort of framed it as I'm just not comfortable contributing to, financially to Elon Musk, and I accept that I probably contribute financially to less obvious CEOs who are probably just as problematic, but, I'm not aware of it. So at the moment, I'm sort of happy in my ignorance.
That is your decision.
So are you ready for an electric car? Where are you at in terms of the home process for it? Charging
so obviously, so we have solar panels on the roof. We've got a battery. It's not a big battery. It's just a 10 kilowatt battery. So as part of the pre-order with Zeekr, they included a 7 kilowatt home charger. So I am sort of now trying to figure out what is the best home charging solution. So we've got a 7 kilowatt home charger that's included, but as far as I'm aware, that's a dumb home charger, or not a smart home charger. Yeah. Because we've got a battery and panels through one inverter, we could possibly go for a smart home charger, which then helps to control, obviously, when to be powering the EV and, sort of selecting the best times during the day to do that.
We've both got, Trevor and I both have a wall box charger. Wall box lets you go up until, depending on the car, I think it can do up to 32 kilowatts, but depending on the car, it's 11. My car's 11 kilowatts.
And most critically, it's smart, so it can, when paired with a little gadget on a switchboard, it'll determine whether or not it's green power you're getting versus grid power. So is that what you want to be able to do? You want to be able to say, I'm green powering this car?
Yeah, but I guess for me, the question is it worth spending the extra money on a smart charger when I basically got a charger for free? I just need to pay for the installation and just ensure that we're charging during the day when the sun's out.
I was just going to say, it's a great question because you are already getting, let's call it $750 worth of value by getting a wall charger for free.
Yeah.
Retail value, okay? So you're going to have to pay installation no matter what. So just discount that for a minute, maybe an extra few $100 for the solar inversion if you do get a more premium one.
To the board, yeah.
But if you think about it, and I don't know what your work situation is and everything, but like my wife says, should I plug the car in now? I go, babe, just the sun's out, plug it in. Because if I'm getting 60% of the power from the sun and 40% from the grid, it's still better than getting 100% from the grid. Obviously,
totally.
we can set our charger to be only taking solar, which is great. But if you're kind of smart enough about your charging and you know it, you're only taking 7.5 off that thing anyway, so it's not going to be overwhelming. It's not going to bring in too much from the grid, even if the sun's not there. But if you go, okay, I'm going to charge between 11 and 3 every day, then you know you're going to be primarily using solar.
Can I just say, Chris, I recently, I've got panels, I've got an inverter, I've got a 10 kilowatt battery, and I recently switched to OVO Energy, and it was one of our listeners actually suggested it. OVO have an EV plan that allows you get free electricity between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. every day, so you can charge then. You also get 8 cents a kilowatt between midnight and 6 a.m., so another opportunity to top it up as well. So if you're happy with the slower charge, with the 7 kilowatt slower charge, then you could probably get by if you're on the right energy plan. I don't know if you're off the grid or what the situation is.
It's a kind of interesting one, isn't it? Because in reality, it's all about what am I trying to do? Completely minimise my bill, or just rely as much as I can on solar? Look, it's all about that upfront cost. You're probably going to need to spend $1,500 on a charger that's going to be smart enough to cope with that whole home situation that you've got going on. Is that $1,500 going to see its way back into your pocket over the next 3 to 4 years? Probably, but also just on a monthly basis.
I'd consider too, try to future-proof it a bit as well, because if you know you're going to have perhaps even a second EV maybe down the track, or you might want to have a faster charging situation depending on the car you've got in the driveway.
Well, that's right. I mean,
personally, I'd go the wall box or something that gives you more options. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point about the charging. The Zeekr 7X is one of the few EVs that can actually support 22 kilowatt charging at home. So that obviously would be beneficial.
Which also comes down to your driving styles. Are you doing long trips? Are you doing
no?
Are you doing trips that are unplanned? Because, mate, 22 kilowatts, amazing. And we've talked about how some cars don't do it, whatever. But in the end, you only need that speed of charging when it's of urgency. So, like the other day, Amanda said to me, we're going to Richmond Air Show on the weekend, and the car's only at 40%. I said, babe, I'll plug it in now, but 40% is enough to get us
to Newcastle.
We don't like. You feel you need it, but actually, if it was at 1%, and she said we've got to go to Richmond in an hour and a half, then I'd be like, I'm going to take it to the Ampol and do 100 kilowatt charging. If we needed to go in 3 hours, then I'd love to have 22 kilowatt charging, but. How often do you need urgent charging? That would be my answer to the. I wish I had 22 kilowatt. Honestly,
no, I think that's a good point, and I don't think. I think we would rarely need that. So I think the kind of 7 kilowatt is probably fine for us.
I feel like Stephen's 100% right. Look, if you want to go full future proofing and thinking out loud about it, then go the smart charger. But I also feel like you're erring on the side of let's just get this thing installed. It's going to be great. It's going to be better than the trickle charger that might have otherwise come with it and should still come with it. And you know what? The great thing is if you see benefit to the thing on your bills, you can rip that wall charger out and put another one in at some other point. So
that's right.
It feels like you're good to go, mate. We want to hear back from you when you pick up the car, mate. Okay?
Once we've done the test drive, once we've had a drive,
I feel confident you're going to buy it, mate. I feel very confident.
It looks great. I'm going to say, beautiful looking car. Very nice car.
That's right. Even without the test drive, I think I'm pretty sure that we're going to get it. So.
All right. Great to hear from you, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the chat.
Cheers, mate. No worries at all. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about charging is it depends on your circumstance.
Suit your needs as well. Yeah, suit your needs. If you do that. You got a bit of flexibility with it.
What a smart little pre-order bonus to say, okay, rather than any discount, we'll throw in a wall charger, because you normally just get a trickle charger.
I remember when I got the Tesla back in 2018, it came with it. The wall charger was in the boot.
Early days, mate, early days.
Not anymore. Tesla, they want a bit more out of you nowadays.
Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to talk to us, send us a text or a WhatsApp on 0477 657 657. Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars. Love talking to our listeners. We love hearing from you because it's the connection between us and the people downloading and watching the show that I think makes us understand the market probably better than most people, which is very useful.
Helps them understand the market too.
Every day is a school day, as Stephen often says.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're helping people find information that they would normally ask about, and I think, and when you're in the market for a new car of any kind, more information and more experience from other people often helps too. Word of mouth goes a long way,
and we learn at the same time because our callers help us learn. So let's keep going with that trend. And Andrew's on the line. G'day, Andrew.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, really good, mate. Where are you at in the EV world?
Recently purchased my first EV.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a long time coming. I've sort of been looking for on and off for 12 plus months, I guess, and finally decided to pull the trigger.
Well, I mean, most importantly, we've got a ranking system here like the Top Gear lap chart board. Penelope's at the top with a large number of test drives. How many cars do you reckon you test drove during that 12 months? And what were you looking at anything, or were you trying to narrow it down to a certain style of car?
Well, so first of all, I guess my car ends up being pretty well my office. I spend most of the day in the car. So trying to find the right car wasn't just about the drive, it was more about, it was about the comfort and day-to-day livability with it as well. So I guess where I really started getting serious was the BYD Shark. I saw that, which with the V2L points, where I thought running my laptop all the time, I thought being able to plug that in would make a world of a difference in terms of making my life a whole lot easier.
Yep, for sure.
And so how many cars did you drive before you decided on the winner?
If we're talking about just the PHEVs and the EV space, probably about 8 or 9, I think.
It's a good number. But you started at a Shark, and as I understand it, you ended at a Geely EX5. They're very vastly different cars. But the Shark wasn't there because it was a ute. The Shark was there because of that PowerPoint option, the ability to have the V2L and that kind of stuff. So did you find others that gave you that satisfaction?
Yeah, so there was. So I guess the other one that sort of came pretty close in the end was the Kia EV6. I really liked that, particularly in the GT form.
Yes,
but
nice.
Hard to justify that. It's got a huge performance, which was incredible. But I'm also a bit worried about getting used to that, the hedonic adaptation of my previous, or still my weekend car, I guess, gives me that performance drive. So that's
what's that?
I didn't want to have that on my daily.
What's your weekend car? Mate? Tell us.
SS Commodore.
Hey,
nice.
Hold on to the beast, mate. Wow. Hold on to the beast. Very nice. And that's a great thing. If you love the sound, the feeling, the performance of a car like that, and you've got the ability to hold on to it, that's your weekend car. How good is it? But that's not the kind of thing that you need on a daily basis. Especially as you say, you're working from this car. You don't need performance off the lights. You need something that allows you to have easy access to power, as you mentioned. What else was critical when it came to working on a daily basis in and from your car?
Well, I mean, the big thing was, my previous work car was an ICE car, of course, and when I'm sort of making video calls, I really struggle with the idea, do I leave the aircon on with the engine running or do I turn it off? And then I find during the meeting I'm turning the car on and off and it starts beeping, as all cars do when they start up. Yeah. So one of the big things that really twisted me towards the EV side was the fact that, you can leave it running, you don't have to worry about turning the car on or off, anything like that. So that was one of the big selling points. Yeah. The V2L, given the flexibility of that, I think, most of my cars on the list, I think, had that included.
What did you narrow it down
I guess just
to
a value.
before you pulled the trigger on the Geely? Do you call it Geely or Geely?
Geely.
What was the closest thing to hitting the mark other than the Geely?
Probably the Xpeng G6.
Similar car, yeah.
Yeah.
Right up there.
Another nice
So-
car. Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'd be happy with that. And as strange as it is, the weirdest thing was that the steering wheel couldn't handle the placement of the spokes on the steering wheel, and it just
Really?
felt odd to drive
Mate,
all the
if
time.
you're going to be in it all day and that bugs you, that bugs you. Full stop.
Absolutely, yeah.
How long you had the Geely then?
About 6 weeks now.
Nice.
Oh, so it's pretty fresh then, eh? So what is your? So no doubt all the preparation and test drives you've done, you've given charging at home some thought. What's the situation there?
So I have got we're a single phase house, and we've got a wall box, a deep power wall box installed. So yeah, that gets me sort of 7 kilowatts per hour.
That's all you need.
And yeah, I've got like the energy plan where if I'm at home during the day, I do get to charge it for free. And then I've got solar as well to help with cutting the costs as well.
Yeah,
right.
that's good. So did they throw the charger in, or was that extra?
It came with the granny charger with it, and I used that for 2 weeks, and it was fine. I did feel like I was sort of always charging for hours on end because I do about 200 kilometres a day.
Okay.
So,
so does this mean then you're on the road a lot? So does this mean you're hitting the public charges as well on your during your daily drive?
The good thing about having that 7 kilowatt at home now, I don't have to charge during the day. So it's sort of it's getting. I mean, I haven't got it down below 25% realistically, but it's saying 360, and I'm guessing I'm going to get more than that. Because
what's the range on the car's 430 kilometres, I understand. So that's more than enough to suit your full day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Inspire specs. It's 410 is what the estimate is.
So it was one of the things that attracted you, price, because that I imagine, and I've seen a couple of messages from listeners and just people on the internet saying, like, when you look at the Geely, honestly, price is what's selling it.
Yeah,
it's a $44,000 car. I mean, it's
unbelievable.
unbelievable value. It's probably, like we've talked about MG
Pound for
being
pound,
amazing value,
going
but
pretty good.
the specs, this car is pound for pound probably the best value electric car out there.
Absolutely. I think when we sort of negotiate the price, I think it's kind of, there was no way for me to really say no, and I don't see the value proposition changing in the near future.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, in the EV world, concerned about depreciation, that's kind of a relieving
for sure.
point,
Have you
I guess.
noticed already in just 6 weeks running costs? Has that been apparent?
Oh, well, I mean, with the free electricity, it basically means that it costs nothing. I've got 3 years of servicing, so for free. So effectively, no cost until I've got to replace the tyre is what my thought is.
Wow.
That's good. Sounds like you're on the same plan as me too, with the free electric, time during the day and the cheap
Are you with
overnight.
OVO?
Are you an OVO customer?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Hey,
nice.
There we go. There we go.
Should be getting commission in here. And anything in just 6 weeks, obviously it's a short amount of time, but anything you regret or wish might be different about the car? Obviously 6 weeks is a lot longer than a test drive.
So, I mean, realistically, when I sort of went into this, I sort of thought, I mean, we're a 2-car household and we've still got one car that's a ICE vehicle. Yeah. So my thought was this is only going to be city use, work use, so kind of that 200 kilometres per day. Because, I mean, I did sort of fall into, I guess that sort of fear about range anxiety. But now after driving it, I sort of think maybe I should have gone for one with a bigger battery that is designed that I can do road trips easier with. Yeah. Because I am concerned at 110 k's an hour how far I'll get on the battery. That's probably the biggest concern I've got now.
Mate, I think a 410 kilometre range, I think you can expect to get 290 k's. Yeah. And, most of the charges on the solid highways are spaced out 150 k's apart. So,
and they charge fast too. Like your car can go 30 to 80% in 20 minutes. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's something I haven't tried yet, but that's probably the one thing that I kind of wish maybe I had a bit more range and then I have a bit more confidence on the long drives, but I haven't done that yet, and that's probably the next experience that I have to get.
Well, we look forward to hearing from you again in a little while once you've got some more Ks under your belt, some more time under your belt, but it sounds like you're a happy man and you had a great process of searching for and then finding a car that is honestly offering great value for people, mate. Well done.
Yeah, it's exceptional value, and I'm really happy with it overall.
One last question. What colour did you get?
Yeah.
They've got some nice colours, the Zeekr, the Geelys.
So it's the grey, so like a gunmetal grey is what I'd call it. I'm not sure what it's actually called.
Oh, the gunmetal grey, the volcanic grey.
That's called, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Lovely colour.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, congratulations on your new baby, mate.
Thank you for that.
Cheers. Get in touch anytime. Thank you, Andrew. We'd love to hear from you. If you just bought a car like Andrew, then we'd love to hear from you. Understand the process you went through thinking about it.
You know, I reckon there'd be a lot of people who can't decide maybe between a couple. We might be the one. We might be the to get you off the fence.
I often say when I'm talking tech on EFTM, I'm happy to shop vicariously for you.
Yeah,
I'm happy to spend your money for you. We're here. We're here to spend your money, folks.
Yeah.
But while we're talking Geely EX5, we have driven it just recently, and it is. Mate, here's the thing about this car. How do you describe the looks? It doesn't stand out. It's actually very neutral, and I don't think that's a good or a bad thing for them.
Yeah. It's got a lot of curves. I like.
It's a bit too bubbly.
It's not very angular.
My design preferences, I think, as is obvious from the Cupra Born, are very angular. I like a sharp edged car. Yeah. I don't love the bubbly
sharp
look.
lines.
I don't like the Xpeng look either.
Yeah.
Even the Model Y I prefer now because it's got a sharper front end to it. But so this the design of this I don't love.
Yeah. It's sort of a cross between like a Model 3, C-Line 7, bit of a look on the front, sort of the narrow headlights and the curved front. It's not a radiator.
I don't think people
front of the car.
Put it this way. I don't think people are going, oh, what's that? When it drives past,
Although I've got to say, when I drove it, I had it, and
that's because you were driving so fast.
No, wrong. I was parked, and people were asking because they didn't recognise the logo's like six squares,
dots,
and the logo. They were thinking, what is that? And I had to explain, it's a Geely, it's this, and it's an electric car, and that got a bit of curiosity.
It's front wheel drive, which I didn't love. I found myself getting that kind of torque vectoring as you kind of accelerate out of a driveway or something like that. I get it a lot here driving out of the complex.
I was driving fast.
Exactly. Hey? Well, I noticed the difference in a front and rear wheel drive. It's a very neutral car. It really is.
But as Andrew said, I think it's really nice. Like it's. Inside is actually quite nice for what you're paying. It is a really nice premium look.
Its most outstanding feature,
what's that?
And I think I would put this in the top 3 cars I've ever driven. Quiet.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, this thing is quiet. They've put more acoustic buffering in this thing than anything else. Like obviously, electric cars are quiet.
when it's going slow? Like,
outside, yeah,
it does a little bit.
But inside the cabin, driving at all speeds in all places.
Yeah, it is pretty quiet.
It's
got a good insulation.
Beautifully quiet.
Yeah.
And I think that gives you a real experience, a feel when you're driving a car like this.
Absolutely.
So I don't think it's dynamic to drive. I don't think it's amazing to look at.
Yeah.
But I think for the market that they are attacking here, and it's also strange to me that Geely, they're the big company. And as Andrew said, or our previous caller before that said, you got Zeekr, you got all these brands they've got, but the biggest brand, the company name is the cheap brand.
Is Geely,
It's kind of incongruous to me. It's a little bit strange to think about, but they're a huge company.
I know. I remember when I had this, I took it. We had a recycle day at our council, and so I put all the seats down. Big. When you put all the seats down, massive space inside. And mate, I had TV boxes and foam and everything in there. Filled the back of the car.
I noticed it was still there when I went with a lot of foam.
When I got to the council to the drop off, the guy says, "What's this car?" And he goes, look at the size of the screen, and he was just fascinated with the whole thing. And I gave him a little walk around. I said, it's a Geely, it does this. And
everyone else queuing behind you, wishing to get their time to unload their
cars. No one else there. But no, all the boys, as they're taking to help and take all the stuff out of the car, were at the same time admiring the car as well. And I thought, jump in, sit inside, have a look.
Aside from noise and how quiet it is, the bottom line is this thing is affordable. at $40,000 to $45,000.
Also, big screen. Love the big screen. Love the sound system too. The sound system is punches above its weight as well. Good audio quality. So yeah, I think all over package, it is, as we said, pound for pound, a very, very nice car. Great value, nice looking. I think comfortable. Yeah,
mate. If you're looking for an EV, fact is you've kind of got to consider the Geely at the budget level, and not just because it's budget. It's not a cheap car at all. For $40,000, then go and look at a Toyota petrol car that's $40,000, and you'll be like, oh my God, what are you? This is unbelievable. This is premium.
But also too, like I noticed Andrew never mentioned Tesla at all. Like compare, like the Tesla sort of the Model Y is sort of in this ballpark here would be way more expensive than this, and the Model Y is so minimal, whereas this actually looks like a real car. It looks like a car you used to see.
It's a normal car experience for sure. All right, Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars. We'd love to hear from you at any point. 0477 657 657. Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars. Thanks to Uniden and, of course, NRMA Insurance. We appreciate their support of the show, and we appreciate your support of the show too, because we love to hear from you. 0477 657 657. Thanks to Vodafone. You can text us or send us a WhatsApp, and we'll get you on the show, just like we have Trisha. Trisha's on the line. G'day, Trisha.
How are you going?
Really, really good. Where are you at in the EV world? You got yourself an EV?
I have. I've had an EV for about 18 months or so now.
Look at
nice,
you.
nice.
So what did you get, Trisha?
I got an MG4 Excite 51.
Nice. Yeah, we've driven those. That's a nice car.
What brought you to that car? What did you look at many, or was it an instant love?
Oh no, I did a lot of research on the internet. And I went out to the Everything Electric, event show at the showground out there at Olympic Park, and I drove one. I looked at all the reviews of, reasonably priced electric vehicles, and I chose that one.
Was there anything that you were put off by, like in the reviews? Because that's one of the things we hear a lot about people that do their research, and we have it in the world of tech where we operate as well. People read our reviews, other reviews, and was there anything you were looking for, or anything you read that you go, oh, maybe I need to look at that, or was it just very much confirming what you'd seen?
Boxes for you.
It definitely ticked all the boxes, and also, carsales.com and the people that drive around reviewing the car as they're driving around. It was just all very positive.
Yeah.
And I understand it was a demo model too, wasn't it? So sounds like you got a decent deal on that one.
Oh, reasonable, yes. And it was a very sudden thing. I decided in the morning, and I had the car by the afternoon.
That's outstanding. Well done.
That's an impulse purchase if I've ever heard one.
Oh, yes.
But no regrets, Trisha? You liking it? No regrets?
Oh, no, I haven't got any regrets. But it has been a bit of it's a learning curve, and you've got to learn things one step at a time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And, so
you're a
glad
pioneer, Trisha. You're a pioneer, essentially.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Even though electric cars have been around for a while, many of us, and look, I don't know, maybe you can tell us, but among your group of friends and family, are there many other electric vehicle owners, or are you the one that they all look at and go, what did you buy that for, and how does that work, and how do you charge it, and you can't go anywhere, and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, all of that, yeah. And they're all very skeptical, most of them. But I have inspired two of my friends to buy an MG4.
Nice.
So, what sort of driving do you do, Trisha? Are you how many Ks would you do a week? Do you drive every day? Do you like driving long distances?
Well, I have been to Coffs Harbour and back twice in 9 days. And the first long trip I did was Lithgow and back in one day, because I've got my niece living out there.
Oh, that would have been a learning experience for you, Trisha, because of the mountain. You would have learnt a lot about range very quickly there.
I learnt a lot about going uphill and a lot about going downhill, and it was all very enlightening. And I think I used about 40% less energy on the way home.
Yeah, 100%.
And did you
It was
use
amazing,
the public
yeah.
chargers, sir? You've experienced the public charging as well?
Oh, yes. Oh, well, I've done the rapid charging because, I've been up to Coffs Harbour twice.
Right.
And I stop at Glenbrook on the way up just to, make sure I've got a full battery there, and then I can get up and back easily.
And what do you do at home for charging? How do you handle your day-to-day charging?
At home, yeah.
Well, I've got solar on the roof, so I've got a 5.2 kilowatt solar system, and so I can plug in when I've got trickle charging at home, and that was one thing I didn't know. I didn't know you could plug an EV into a power point.
There you go. We also call it the granny charger.
Do you think that was a failure of anyone involved in the sales process to not even just go to you, by the way, don't worry about anything, you can just plug it into a power point? The fact that you didn't know that is amazing.
No. Yeah, no, a friend told me beforehand because I was saying, look, I'll have to get one of these wall chargers and all of that. And he said, no, you can just plug it into the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And so I did know that when I bought it. So I just, I drove home at about 5:15 from Artarmon over the Harbour Bridge. And that was, I thought I was going to stop or something terrible was going to go wrong. But it's been great. It's been really good.
And is this, so is there any plans on getting maybe a wall charger down the track, or the trickle charger does the job?
Well, also where I live, there's, the telegraph pole charging.
EVX ones.
So you've got access to a lot of chargers nearby. Okay. I
have, yeah. I've got like a I can rapid charge up at South Everleigh, or I can plug into a pole just, within a kilometre of where I live. So I do a range of different charging just because, I can.
Of course. But that's the beautiful thing. I think that's one of the things. What would you say is the most common misconception you hear from people when they learn that you drive an EV?
Well, they think you can't go very far. That's
and
the
you're like,
most
is
common
Coffs Harbour
thing.
not far enough?
Well, I must say I get a lot of negative sort of looks when I say I've got an EV. It's very odd.
There's a lot of myths out there. People don't know the facts. That's the thing. That's why a lot of people who hear our show, they understand it more. I think it's if you can understand it, you can appreciate it and make the decision, which just sounds like what you've done.
Definitely. Yeah, because I did a lot of research. I was going to get a second-hand Nissan Leaf. But when I went out to the car show, I talked to a woman who was showing off her Nissan Leaf, and she said if she got a new car, she'd get an MG4.
Oh, wow. There you go.
There you go, boom.
So that was...
Did you try any other cars? Did you test drive any others, or you just were straight into the MG?
No, that was it.
Wow.
I didn't test drive
Love at
anything
first
else.
sight, was it, eh?
Well, the thing is, I'd never had a new car in my whole entire life.
Wow.
I just thought...
I love how you
I'm
turned up
gonna do
in the morning and that afternoon you got a car. That's great. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, because the thing was you thought you had to wait, 6 months for it to come into the country or whatever.
So what colour did they have on the lot for you? Because if you walked in the morning and said, here's my money, what colour was on the lot? Because that it would be dependent on stock.
Well, I saw it on the internet because I Googled MG4
Yep.
and it's like a silver colour, a grey silver colour.
No.
Yeah,
You didn't get the outlandish orange or blue.
I was going to say the orange and blue are nice colours too in that model. We've driven those cars.
Well, I did. Yeah, I didn't want to stand out too much. They did have an orange one there, yeah.
Well, you know what you are? You're an absolutely brilliant example of the kind of the myth management of this world, the research that people can do.
You're an example to other people.
Yeah, you're an example to many. 18 months of owning an electric car. It's beautiful that it's your first ever new car as well, and you'll cherish it, I'm sure. And you're also a great advocate. And I'm tipping you're not out there, bashing down doors telling people to buy EVs, but it's just one of those things, isn't it, where you talk to someone and you go, hang on a minute, ask me anything and I'll dispel whatever myth is in your head. That's most likely the situation at most of those dinner parties, isn't it?
Yes, and also people have got to be receptive to the information as well.
Yeah.
Because some people are quite closed off about. It's like if you. I don't know. It's a very odd kind of.
You say there are closed-minded people in the world, Trisha? That's just unbelievable.
But Trisha did say a couple of her friends are considering it now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh no, a couple of my friends have bought
bought them.
Bought them.
As a result of your influence.
I hope you got a spotter's fee.
They bought MGs as well. Yeah, they should have a little referral code or something going on.
Well, good on you, Trisha. So lovely to hear from you. We're glad you enjoy the show, and we're glad you're loving your MG, Trisha.
Yeah, and congratulations on the podcast because it's very informative. And even though I've got an EV, I learn a lot just from listening to other people.
That means
Very
a lot.
Nice
that means a lot. Thank you so much, Trisha.
Yeah.
Lovely to hear from you. Don't hesitate to get back in touch again. If you've got tips
let us know
for
how
people,
you go. Yeah.
You know as much as us in many ways, okay? So don't ever hesitate to get in touch.
Yeah, don't be a stranger.
Okay.
See ya.
Good on you, Trisha.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Great to hear from someone who, is, look at that, become an advocate now.
Boom.
for
Went there
space.
woke up, and then in the afternoon she had an EV.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Research is critical there. You know, so many people spend time reading, and that also shows that
it can be a little bit of paralysis by analysis too. You know, for some people,
it also shows that you can cut through the myths and the problems out there by just doing a lot of research, listening a lot, watching a lot. That's awesome. I'm a big fan of that. Good on you, Trisha.
Yeah,
and I'm sure the people at MG will love to hear her story as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's the only car she considered. That was it.
Boom. One and done.
One and done. All right. Well, if you, like Trisha, have a story to tell about the EV that you bought, we'd love to hear from you anytime, any
or
day.
If you're thinking about buying as well. Yeah.
Wherever you're at in your EV journey, it absolutely doesn't matter.
We are here to help, here to talk.
Here to listen, here to talk, here to hear, here to answer. We're just here.
We're like that really good friend that's always there for you.
Oh.
You know, don't you reckon?
Oh.
That's us. That's the Two Blokes.
That's love. Oh, that's nice. 0477 657 657, and he is. He's always there for me. I text him, he's there. He texts me.
Likewise.
Depends if it's after
if he
6
goes to bed. If he goes to bed at 7 o'clock at night, I'm a bit miffed about that.
And text me at 9 o'clock at night and ask me about tomorrow. I'm already in bed.
Yeah, he's already been asleep for 2 hours. That's great.
Thanks for listening, folks. We appreciate your support and for listening, and thank you to Uniden and NRMA Insurance as well. We'll be back again next week with another episode of Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars.
Ciao.